Hello and welcome to another episode of the WEM Video Academy. Today we are going to have a look at building buttons keeping state, meaning buttons showing whether they have been clicked or unclicked, so to speak. Let's take this simple flowchart as a starting point. We see an interaction node with a data grid showing 60 fictional persons. We also have a button bar for applying some predefined filters, plus releasing those filters. When clicking any of these buttons, the corresponding filter will be applied to the data grid, or all filters will be released. Let's have a closer look. This is what the filter expression looks like. We use two calculated yes-no fields for the filter expressions, and two yes-no data fields for activating or deactivating either of these filters in the data grid filter expression property. Clicking a button will set the corresponding data field to yes. The UX of this screen is not perfect. We can see the filters being applied to the data grid, but it is hard to distinguish which of the filters is active or inactive at any given moment. We can only apply a single filter, but we cannot release it by itself. It would be nice if we could switch the filters on and off, with the buttons showing themselves which filters are currently active. First, let's apply the filter switch. We can do this by toggling the state of the related yes-no session field, and there are two ways to do that. There is a switch action in the list of predefined actions. However, be aware that this toggle will only work if the state field has a known value, either true or false. The toggle will not work on an unknown value. A safer expression would be this one. We will start with the state field itself and add a question mark and a false operand. This means the expression value will be false when the state field value is unknown. Then we will pack this expression in brackets and put an exclamation mark in front of them, which means inverting the expression. Now the toggle operation will always result in true or false and always in the opposite of the current value. Let's first preview this part. When we click the buttons, we can see the filters being applied and being removed alternatively. However, we can still not see the state of the filter application. Once we click a button and apply that filter, we want the button to show that the filter has been applied. When we click it again, we want the button to show that the filter was released. However, there is no property in the modeler to dynamically change the button style in that way. There is a simple solution for this. We will duplicate each button in the button bar and change the duplicates to a signal color, for instance, the orange bootstrap warning color. Both the regular and duplicate button will now exit to the same assignment node. This is perfect because we changed the assignment to a toggle action anyway. When previewing this phase, we see that both buttons function in the same way. The only thing left to do now is to change the visibility of the buttons based on the state field value. The duplicate button needs to be visible when the filter is applied. This means we can use the state field value for that. Remember to extend the expression with a fallback value in case of an unknown state field value. The regular button needs to be visible when the filter is not applied. This means we will use the same visibility expression we used in the duplicate field and invert the expression by adding an exclamation mark in front of it. Let's preview the effect of what we have created for both buttons. When clicking either of the first two buttons, the filter is toggled and it looks like the button is changing color. We can reverse that by clicking the button again, and we can also combine the filters. In reality, of course, we are looking at two different buttons with two different button colors, exiting towards the same toggle assignment node. We have now successfully created a button bar keeping state. And that concludes our video. We hope you enjoyed it. Please leave your feedback in the comments below and share the video with your colleagues and friends. We hope to see you soon again in the WEM Video Academy.